to the Geeks 31 Days of Horror for Halloween. This is Alil.
This is Steve.
And this is Sean.
And tonight we're reviewing Totally Killer from 2023. So for those of you who have not been with us before, we will play for you our rating system.
This has a rating system in place that we like to call 0 to 0. If whatever horror movie we're reviewing is terrifying only to the most infantile who get nightmares from PG-13 reboots, it gets a 0. If it's a goregasm-inducing slaughter party that satiates your most devious and monstrous desires, it gets a hero.
When the infamous Sweet 16 killer returns 35 years after the first murder spree to claim another victim, 17-year-old Jamie accidentally travels back in time to 1987 to stop the killer before he can start again. I guess, yeah. It's basically Back to the Future, but with some horror tropes. I'm going to start with my review on Totally Killer. I love this movie. I gave it a hero. The only thing that kind of I was thinking about here was this is 35 years after the killing, and she's only 17. I'm like, man, her parents must have been really old when they had her. That's the only thing that kept popping in my head. I'm like, how old were they? But I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good movie. Again, I think, Sean, you brought it up in one of our prior episodes about Back to the Future being brought up in every time travel type movie. Although this reminded me a lot more of Hot Tub Time Machine than Back to the Future, but I still like this movie a lot. I thought it was good. I liked the killer concept. I thought it was pretty gory. Had some good kills. I give it a hero. I had a good time. So I'm gonna throw it to you, Steve.
I'm gonna second that. I also give it a hero. Now, I do think there are things that could be improved, but I'm appreciative of the product that we got. Right? I think that the kills, I think they could have been a little bit more. We could have gotten a little bit more with the gore. I mean, this is a PG-13 horror movie, so you kind of got to rate it on that scale as well. So you're not getting a lot of the stuff that we could get with classic 80s, 80s horror. You want to see the TNA, you want to see the good gore. We're not getting that here, but it does still have a lot of very funny referential 80s humor and the fish out of water aspect of a girl from 2023 going back to the 80s and having to deal with how fucking that world was compared to this one. Was very funny, and I think you're getting
her reaction to dodgeball is the fucking best.
Her reaction to everything.
Well, I know, but still, just the dodgeball scene.
How easy it was to get into school, like that. Nobody cared anything about her.
She's like, I wonder how people flew in planes this time. Yep, a lot different.
So that was all fun. I mean, the killer design was whatever. It was. I get what it was referencing, but it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't it's not the new Ghostface or anything like that. But I liked all the references. I mean, the fucking finale of the movie takes place in the fucking Gravitron. It's awesome. So, and I think that's kind of why you got Hot Tub Time Machine in your head, is because this wasn't a vehicle as much as it was Gravitron and a phone booth. So, or a picture booth. So, but yeah, I give it a hero. Like I said, there are things that I would have rather preferred, but for what we got, it's good. And I liked our main actress here. So,
yeah,
I forget her name, but Sabrina.
I give it a hero. Thought it was great. I thought it was a whodunit. I didn't know who did it till the end. To be honest, I kind of figured, but I was like, oh.
It was a whodunit.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy.
It was a murder mystery / Back to the Future / time travel movie / it was really good. They did a really good job with this movie. I would love to see a part 2 to this if they do it right. I don't know if it needs it. But overall, it was really, really good. I really did enjoy it. I laughed. I was, I enjoyed the whole thing. I really, really did. It was really great. There were moments you guys already talked about, the references of shit that we did in the 80s does not hold up now.
We'll talk more about those, but there's some funny stuff. Even the lines in the trailer, I saw it in the trailer, and then I see it again here, and I'm just laughing. It's just that good. So, All right. Well, you know what? Since it's a new movie, we'll put the spoiler tag warning here. But definitely, it's on Amazon Prime. It's an Amazon. I believe it's an Amazon original. So go check it out. Let's get into spoilers.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
The movie opens up and it's kind of like any type of teen type movie now, or the mom, overbearing mom, kid thing. It reminded me of all those types of movies where Halloween show vibes, where the mom is overbearing because of her trauma, all this kind of stuff. And it started off pretty quick, though. I mean, I was actually shocked that they killed what's her face. I keep wanting to say the mom, the name from Modern Family, but Julie Bowen really quickly. And I know, Steve, you love her because you love Modern Family. So
It's true. Plus, she's super hot. So there's that.
But then I kept thinking about this. I'm like, it was 35 years. You were 17, 35, half that time. So you were like 34 when you had your daughter. I'm like, so how old are you now? Like, this is crazy. But, she's in her 50s.
Damn good for her 50s.
Karen Shipka is she plays whatchamacallit too. Sabrina, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I always get her confused sometimes, even though she's like way younger with the other girl who played in Ghostbusters. Forgot what her name was.
Oh yeah, but not I know who you're talking about. The girl with the glasses from the new movie.
Yeah,
but they're very different. I think this Shipka is like in her 20s. She's like
they're definitely there's an age difference, but sometimes I get them confused. I'm like, oh, I thought they were the same person, but yeah, again, a little the beginning of this was kind of like even I did love that part where the girl and her mother, they both made the time machines. And like they use I love that. That was really, really cool.
Well, I like that it's just science that we don't worry about.
Right.
Because like our main character can't understand it, so she's like, whatever, just fucking make it work.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it does, and that's fine. I'm fine when a movie says, look, we don't really understand the science of it, but in order for our movie to make sense, this has to happen, so just go with us. And if a movie references that and understands that that's what it's asking you to do in the movie, then I'm usually okay with going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like that. I like the quick hit, like references back, because like everyone that she knows today was at that high school back then. You got Randall Park, who was the father of the current sheriff, and she sees it as the current sheriff, and then she sees the girl.
Randall Park was great in this. he was.
He had like 5 minutes and like stole all 5 minutes. It was great.
He just blows cigarette smoke in kids' faces, and then he lets his kid leave an active crime scene. Okay, goodbye, honey. The rest of you,
She couldn't have done it. Go ahead, Daddy. I didn't do it. I know, honey. Go ahead. It's like there's blood everywhere.
Buys her a fucking sickle.
The best was the.
He bought her a sickle.
A sickle for Halloween? Like what the fuck?
A real sickle.
A real sickle too. That was great.
Well, that's the thing. In the 80s, Sean, you go to the Halloween store, they didn't have plastic knives. You just buy a fucking knife. The best was the mom of those kids that gives her a ride in the station wagon.
Oh, yeah,
and
the one
just
that wants to
fucking
do coke.
smoking with the windows up, smoking cigarettes, and the kids just sitting in the back of the car, just filled with smoke. I'm like, I have spent many hours in a car like that.
God.
Growing up.
How terrible was it? I didn't have to deal with that, but like, how was that?
At the time, I didn't know it was anything wrong with it.
You didn't have to roll down the windows or anything? You couldn't.
It's just how we lived, Sean.
Oh. Exactly.
Fucking savages,
Sean,
bro.
Sean, they used to have smoking sections in McDonald's. Not even smoking sections.
I mean, I remember all that shit.
I always questioned that too. Like as a kid, when they would be like
doesn't make
smoking or
any sense.
non-smoking, and then we'd sit in the non-smoking section, but there was a smoking chair like right here, and he was smoking, and I'm like, there's like kind of a wall.
Is there a force field?
Yeah, I'm like,
I
what's
didn't know that.
stopping? I mean, I can smell the cigarettes. Like he just flicked ashes on me. So
Hey kid.
like, yeah, mind your business, kid.
And that literally is this entire movie, right? Like everyone just doesn't care, it's doing their own thing. I love that the mom was such a bitch, you know. Like you see her in the beginning, and she's like Nancy, happy homemaker, the head of the PTA, all this kind of stuff. But then in high school was like the queen bitch, and it's just like that's just hilarious. Like her reaction to her mom, fantastic.
And stupid. When people were getting killed, they didn't even believe. It was just oblivious to them. The shit that just happened. It's like
I like that characterization of that 80s teenager kid. Like I forget what our main character's name is, but when she was like, we need to like get in touch with our feelings
Jamie.
or something. And then the one guy was like, I'm in touch with this feeling, and he grabs his dick and burps. I'm like, what the fuck? But that's
it was a thing. It was a thing.
Or when he threw her out of the party,
It just threw her like into nothing, just threw her whole body, and then it was just onto the ground.
He did like a rag doll.
and he's the gym teacher. I love that shit because it's like you get like that little 3-second blip of him, you know, doing the after school thing or like talking to the class, and then you get like what he was really like in high school, and you're like, oh yeah, that fits. That's that guy. We all know that guy. You know, it's funny. Again, I loved the friends, how stupid they were. You know, that it was just the most ridiculous thing, and it's like, or not even that, like the reason why they think the one kid is the killer, what they ended up doing, and then her reaction, Jamie's reaction to like the mom like bullying that girl to basically drive, like it was like crazy. It's a crazy plot point. Like you bullied this girl and she left the party drunk and got into a car accident and died. How are you are at fault?
Yo, again, crazy. I'm just like, so is she under arrest? Are you gonna put her in jail? No, doesn't even matter. I don't know.
But getting to the kills, like, you know, we have some good kills, some good stuff here.
Yeah.
You know, we get the
lot of stabbing though, man.
But that was the plot point though.
Well,
They said
16 stabs.
stabbed the shit out of it. I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna keep this going. Like,
Okay, so
You
Sean,
haven't watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That's why you think this is a lot of stab.
I was gonna say that's true. Did you hear
well,
that?
I've watched a lot of horror movies with stabbing in it. This was a lot of stabbing. That's all.
But there was a scene. Now I just lost my train of thought on that. It's I lost my train of thought. Somebody else continue on. I just totally lost what I was going to say.
That's a complete brain part.
God
I know.
damn.
It doesn't happen often.
Yeah, I think it happens.
Will just aged like 6 years just in front of our eyes just now.
It's just
Right to his 50s.
just totally lost my whole. Wait till you see my new glasses. I had to get a new prescription.
Oh no!
I got bifocals. God, I can't remember what I was going to say now. I really can't. Now I'm drawing a complete blank.
Her fucking
It's driving.
her
me
fucking
nuts.
fringe jacket was killing me. that white fringed leather jacket was just the worst.
It looks good when you're running away.
Like, yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, see, it does look good when you're running
I just
away.
kept like at one point though, she gets picked up from a house, and I'm like, what house is that? Like when they all
It was
go
a
like,
friend's mom. She was staying at the friend's mom's.
oh, that's right. That's right. I was like, how she just like staying in school, staying in the house.
But I like that part too. I like when she saw her friend's mom, and she told her everything, and the mom and she was just like, "Okay, I believe you. Because if I was going to invent time machine, if I was going to invent time travel, I know somebody from the future would have come and asked for my help and just like took it. And I was just like, yeah, it's pretty genius. Like,
finally, we don't have the whole fucking movie of trying to explain to people what's going on.
Yeah,
We just have somebody picks it.
like
Like,
real quick.
we explain how the time travel works really quick. We go to it. We're there. You know, we're not worried about stepping on bugs and talking to the wrong person and any of that shit. We're just going.
although she was worried about her parents hooking up too soon, which was also hilarious. And did cause an issue at the end of the movie.
That was great, and I love when they were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to the city," and then they end up going to a fucking cabin. She was like, "This is the exact opposite I didn't tell y'all to go to."
Yeah, and then the one girl's like, "Wait, no, this is a condo." It's like, no, it's
It's
not.
a cabin.
Or how about the fact that our main character, like, not only she has a problem with checking out her own family members. I'm just gonna put it that way.
When her dad came out of the pool, he was, who is that? Oh my god, it's my dad. And then she kept looking at him. Yeah, it was very awkward.
Moving on to like the was
But again, just like Back to the Future, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, Marty's mom kept trying to get with Marty.
Well, and the whole point, she's trying to get her friend to fix the time machine. And then also her friend and the one guy are doing something in the present day.
Right. So her friend who built the original time machine is trying to rebuild it because
In a fucking old school sit down arcade machine, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then
What a great time travel device that is, with a driving one. So awesome.
and I liked how it was it was changing what they knew, and they brought that up. They were like, wait, I
That
thought
was
this
great.
person was killed first. Oh no. And then they're looking at old photos from that day.
And they're like, oh, this is the Mandela effect. This is
Yeah.
when and it was like, son of a bitch.
And then they see
Maybe
her
time
in the
travel
photo-
is real, and that's why we all remember the Monopoly guy having a fucking monocle, even though he doesn't.
or the Berenstain Bears versus the Berenstein Bears,
Correct.
Mm.
or opposite way. I don't remember.
No, it's Berenstein, but like I'm pretty sure I remember the fucking song Berenstain Bears, but like I don't know. I'm
See?
fucking tripping.
I do too.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't
remember
know.
the song.
I don't know when it became Berenstein Bears.
It's
I don't
always been Berenstein.
know. Was it?
Yep.
I think that was changed, and it wasn't on behalf of us. That was changed by big corporations. I'm just saying.
There's a lot of
it's like
examples. There's whole rabbit hole YouTube channels
Yeah.
that devote themselves to this.
Everybody
There's just-
remembering what's his face in a genie movie, like
Sinbad in a genie
Sinbad.
movie,
Yeah.
even though he said he never was,
he never was in one
and you can't find that movie.
Yo, you can't.
because it doesn't exist. There was no genie movie.
Get the fuck out of here. There ain't a genie
No,
movie.
Shaq was in a genie movie.
No, fucking Sinbad was too, motherfucker. I ain't crazy. Oh my
You're
God.
crazy.
It feels like it's I can't tell if this is the first time Sean's hearing about this or not.
Yo,
This is-
no, this is the first time I'm hearing about this shit.
Yo, Sean, this is nuts because I remember scenes from that movie, and
Yo, so
that movie does not
do I.
exist.
But that's what's happening in this movie, and I love that part. I love that they pull out party photos
For
from the
blowing
party.
Sean's mind tonight.
Yo, fuck me up on this one. I'm looking at Sinbad as a genie right now. I'm
Well,
like,
those are fake. Those are mock-ups. It's not real.
get the fuck out of here. Yo, I'm done. I got to quit because I'm tripping right now. Yo, y'all got me fucked up.
It's true. But I love that she's in those party photos and they recognize her in the party
I'm
photos.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes, yeah, and you see the character in the
Oh,
background in like the old picture from the 80s. That was a really cool touch. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And it was kind of like it was coming in waves. Their memories, they were remembering like, oh, I thought it was like this, but it actually is like this. And
So Sean, this is what I was going to get to. So Sean, you brought up a good point. This was like a whodunit, right?
Yeah.
Did you predict who did it? Because I did not. This was
I
one of
did.
the only times in the movies I'm like, I did not realize it was that guy.
I didn't, and then I started to realize it because when he did like he started like they panned him out and he like kind of walked away and his eyes were still on the camera. I was like, oh, he did it. But then
I missed that part then.
but then the black kid was like, I was like, oh well, where the fuck did he come from?
Well, he was the boyfriend of the girl that they murdered earlier.
Right. So yeah, although I was still,
but like we weren't introduced to that. We were introduced to that character very briefly, so I thought immediately there was something suspicious because it gave him screen time and some lines, even though
but he was the principal. Like that's the thing. He was one of those. He was in that scene in the 3, so they were just flashbacking back to everybody who was involved.
True, but we didn't get the backstory of the other girl being killed until well over halfway through the movie. So it was kind of hard to even put those pieces together when they weren't showing them all to you. So
True, but I did not know who the killer was. Although I predicted the second killer because that's who I thought was the killer the whole time. I thought it was going to be the podcaster.
Yeah, we for sure wasn't the creepy kid. There's no way. It can never be the creepy kid that drives a weird van.
With tons of awesome NES cartridges inside the van. I was like, yeah, this kid is awesome.
I was like, take everything, just don't take my games, please.
Yeah, leave me my NES games. I'm like, you're cool. You didn't do it. If you love the NES, you didn't do it. He's cool.
He would have been our friend in school. I mean, not your friend, but he would have been our friend.
Not Sean's at all. Our friend, yes.
Sean would never be caught dead in that van. I would be getting high in that van all the time.
No.
I would just be playing NES. I'd be like, let me trade you.
I would spend many a high afternoon in that van.
We would not be friends in high school. I'm telling y'all this right now. Our friendship now, it was not based off a high school friendship because I would look at y'all like y'all was crazy.
I was
nerd shit.
Huh?
So like nerd shit. We got superheroes. Star Wars, not high school. No.
I was not a nerd in high school. There was no.
I hid most of it from except for my love of horror movies.
Yeah, I hid everything. I guess I was a liar in high school. I guess I lived a lie. Weird. Anyway, so get to the end. I actually love this when they were in the spinning carousel.
The Gravitron.
I love that whole scene.
That ride was always good.
I love that ride.
At the fucking
my favorite ride at the carnivals.
You've never been on one?
Nope.
Oh, it's the best. You get sucked against the wall. And you can like turn yourself sideways and like upside down and just be stuck against the wall. It's fucking rad.
And the little things move up and down. How it spins.
And then you can you try to fucking the new ones now they go up. Yeah, they change. Those ones, the old ones just went around in a circle. The new ones aren't closed in either. They're like
open. They're not. I've never been.
Yeah, it's just open to the world, and you're like fucking.
I would not do that one with the open top.
I've done that several times. It's fun.
I do not play with no rides like that. Fuck you.
But I did like that the podcaster came also from the future to the past to kill her because he needed more podcast material.
I loved how he was
and then he killed the mom.
Yeah,
podcast material.
Well, no, he didn't kill the mom though.
No, he didn't kill.
No, he didn't. She flew out.
Yeah.
No, in the beginning, the opening was the podcaster.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But see, the thing, I like seeing podcasters being represented in Hollywood. They just don't know how to do it because it's fucking this or it's that Zach Braff show where it's like he's got a fucking. Yeah, he lives in the McAllister's house from fucking Home Alone on a podcaster's salary. It's just like you guys,
or the podcasters in Halloween 2018 that were doing the Laurie Strode thing and offered her like $10,000 to do an interview. I'm like, yeah, that's not a podcaster.
That's a news organization. That's releasing their episodes on iTunes.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't understand their versions of podcasting shows, but whatever.
Either way, I thought, the movies like this sometimes live and die by how you get rid of the killer. What is the way that you get rid of that final killer? Do you do a Jaws method, stuff a fucking air tank in its mouth and blow its head off? Really good way to kill the thing. Kill it with fire like you do in every fucking movie. How are they going to kill the killer in this one? And I thought it was a great way to kill a fucking killer. It was a great way. He just flies through the Gravitron and turns into pink mist. Like his body just can't contain any of it. destroyed.
was good, and they dropped that line about the pink mist earlier because he was writing stories or something about what
It
was it?
was
I'm drawing a blank.
again. What's wrong with you?
I'm just it's that kind of night. It's been a long week. Single dad all week.
Does Jenny know?
Yeah, because she was in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, but there was a line dropped about it was the kid because he was talking about video games and making games characters turning into pink mist when they die, and that's what happened here. And I thought that was a good callback. But you're right, Steve. Like I thought this was great, and then her going back to her present day. It was like Marty McFly at the end of or at the beginning of Back to the Future 2, where he thinks he's back home.
Yeah, he like gets out,
everything's different.
But she gets out of the gravitron. It's still kind of slowly spinning, and the whole park is like decrepit and run down and broken. She runs a little bit, turns around, and the gravitron's like completely fucking destroyed. Like that was really cool. I like that little like.
It was good. I liked. She got home. Her parents were there. They gave her a hug.
But her name's not.
Nope, her name's not Jamie anymore. Jamie's her brother,
who she also checks out.
Yeah, who is older than her because her parents hooked up way sooner because she set that motion up. She told her mom that she's gonna hook up with her dad. And then I love it. It gave me Days of Future Past vibes. Remember when Wolverine comes back and Xavier's like, I've been waiting for this moment. And then the friend's mom's like, ooh, I was waiting for who would come out of the gravitron.
That was good, though. I actually liked that. I actually really, really liked that. I thought that was really great.
Yeah, because up until that moment, this version of her would have just lived normally until that day.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, to live your whole life knowing that was going to happen on that day is
well, but then, like,
weird.
And like, what about the girl that this new Jamie just replaced? Like, what about her?
She's gone. It's like Wolverine, gone.
That person is dead. Yeah. That person went to bed that night thinking they were going to wake up the next morning.
I know, right? That was weird. I was like,
this was another child death on film
that we did not see.
I did like her notebook of all the changes. It just showed like all the updates to all the characters. I thought that was good. Yeah, it was just it's just a fun movie.
It was very fun.
I want more of, and not this movie. I don't need a sequel, but I want more of these type of movies. Give me more.
I thought that it balanced the comedy and the I wouldn't say horror, more like it's a horror, but more like thriller, I guess. But it's got the slasher vibes, but it's not scary.
It's a PG-13 slasher, right? Like it's Scream light.
But it's better than a lot of rated R shit we've seen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're thinking about the thrilling part. I loved it when she was stuck outside the house, like when they were at the condo party, and they kicked her out again. And then she's climbing up the windows, and she's just trying to get into every place. And like the one person's down there like smoking, the other two are hooking up. Like everybody's ignoring her, and then the killer just busts in.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's just funny. It's just or when comedy.
The sheriff's daughter is out there fucking smoking weed, and she's like, "Here, try this." And Jamie takes it, and she's like, "This is garbage." She's like, "I can give you a gummy like this, 100 times as much weed as that."
I thought of both of you guys. I thought of both of you guys at that scene.
I was like, man, the weed game has definitely progressed from where it was
from the 80s. Absolutely.
Oh man. So all right, well that's it for tonight. That's Totally Killer. It's got a superhero from us. Definitely check it out. This is Alil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steven. Until tomorrow night, everybody, keep it creepy.